The 9-to-5 grind only gives us the weekend to really live.
But how much can you do in just 64 hours?
I'm Mike.
And I'm Jason.
During the week, I run a global nonprofit, and Jason works in business development.
With full-time jobs and families, our weekdays are slammed, but our weekends are for crushing adventure.
The concept is simple. We have just 64 hours from 5 p.m. on Friday to 9 a.m. on Monday to go as far, as fast, and as hard as we can, with one goal.
To beat Monday.
On this episode, Mike and Jason head to Jackson Hole, Wyoming for a multi-sport adventure known as the Picnic. Their mission is to bike, swim, and climb their way from the Jackson Town Square to the top of the Grand Teton, and then do it all in reverse.
There's definitely one point in the picnic that is the crux, and that is the second swim.
I'm really cold. Hypothermia is setting in.
The weekend starts now.
Alright, made it. 8:25, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think we've got solid 60 and a half hours of shenanigans to be had.
Jackson's Hole. Who is Jackson? What about their hole?
I don't know. I think he probably had a pretty nice hole, though. A lot of people come to visit.
Jackson Hole is an iconic mountain town. It's an outdoorsman paradise. It's a great town to go and explore, to have fun, and to just get after it.
RJ, you've done this before.
I have. Give me the scoop. The Grand Teton Triathlon, a.k.a. the Picnic.
First of all, where did they come up with the name of the picnic?
It was called the picnic for one thing because you got to bring a lot of food with you for this kind of effort.
A sandwich, a little charcuterie, Doritos, and a pickle.
The other reason it's called the picnic is because it's not an organized race. It's something that you do on your own. The picnic starts in the town square, and you ride your bike about 23 miles to Jenny Lake, and you swim across Jenny Lake, and then you climb the Grand Teton. And then when you get to the top, you turn around and go back and do the whole thing over again, all the way back.
I'm not a swimmer, so the swim is pretty intimidating for me. It's longer than I've ever swam before in my life, I believe.
And the whole point of this is to test yourself in a way that you've never tested yourself before. And the whole point is to find out that you can do this and that you've actually had an amazing time.
Awesome. Bikes are here.
Good night, race fans. I'll see you at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, so we're here at the Antlers, the official start of the picnic. It is 3:51 a.m. We're gonna get this thing started.
All right, my man. Let's go picnic.
The 23-mile ride to Jenny Lake serves as a good warm-up before the cold swim ahead.
A little sketchy. Heads up for cars. Hey now.
Their swim will be even more difficult, as Mike and Jason are attempting to complete the picnic entirely self-supported.
I think doing the picnic self-supported is the truest, purest way to do it. Because that's what it's really all about, is using your human power to bring you all the way from town, across the lake into the summit of the Grand Teton.
Laid out in front of me is everything you need for the entire picnic. A lot of it's stuff for the mountain. So we are gonna put it all into this waterproof dry bag and tow it behind us.
Lake swimming, it's completely magical because it's so still and it's so perfect, and the mountains are so beautiful and the light is so beautiful that it's just really inspiring and exciting to swim across that, especially like at sunrise in the morning.
Jenny Lake is fed by snowmelt, keeping its water a bitter cold 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
Water's so warm.
Oh my God.
You're full of crap.
What a surprise. It's so much warmer than I thought it was going to be.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
What the hell's going on? Watch.
The 1.5-mile swim across Jenny Lake is the longest swim Mike has ever attempted. He will have to do it twice today.
It's long enough that you get out into the middle of it and you look around and you realize you're a really long ways from any shore. You better not stop for very long because you just got to keep swimming.
Towing the dry bag is definitely more challenging than I did last time. I can see how people like it because, you know, even though you're not supposed to use it for, you know, to swim, it's there as a mental crutch if you think you need it.
I'm like every 20 strokes, I'm like trying to catch my breath. Jason's like Speedy Gonzalez up there.
Oh boy, there it is. Legs never work after a good swim. This is Mike's first go at it, and he's either going to be dreading the second swim like I was the first time, or he'll figure out just relax and keep moving. But I'm sure he's doing great out there.
Definitely out of my comfort zone. Just when you start to lose your breath, you gotta kind of calm yourself down a little bit.
After nearly an hour and a half in the water, Mike makes it to the other shore.
You! Oh, just take a second and sit down. That was tough. Good job, yeah. My stuff got a little wet in the dry bag.
One of my shoes is pretty wet. My bag's a little wet. But that's about it. I had a hard time relaxing.
Done with the first swim, so now we're starting the quote-unquote run section, where we're gonna actually run and climb the Grand Teton.
All right, so how many hours do you think Grand's gonna take us?
9.
9 hours. I feel a hell of a lot better than I did in the water. How you doing, Jay?
Doing good. Feels good to be marching on uphill.
The 13,776-foot Grand Teton rises nearly 8,000 feet off the valley floor. Mike and Jason will climb the oldest established route, known as the Owen Spalding route, to reach the summit. To increase speed, they will be free soloing, which means climbing without ropes or safety gear, something that few climbers attempt.
Basically, you are traversing across the west face of the Grand with about 2,000 feet of airspace right below your heels. It's very nerve-wracking.
So, again, watching for ice. This is where people have died.
Really, if you're not used to doing that, then you definitely should bring a rope.
What's up, big cat?
Oh, yeah, dude. Woo! Cumbre.
Nice work.
Awesome. Woo. Unreal.
So good.
Shall we have a little food and
I think it's time for actual picnic.
head back down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Cheers, dude. Man.
Nice work, man.
Wow. That's fantastic.
That's fresh.
Tagged the Cumbre, which was exceptional with some fine folks. And now we're halfway, which is great.
10:47.
We're a little bit behind schedule.
Just a little.
Descend and then go for a quick recovery dip in Jenny Lake and ride our bikes back to town.
Their descent will be the most dangerous part of the day, as most climbing accidents occur on the way down.
The biggest thing is the sun is starting to fade behind the western mountains, and I'd like to do the swim in the daylight.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Hello down there. Much appreciated. Thanks, guys. Oh, fresh berries. Well, thank you.
There's definitely one point in the picnic that is the crux, and that is the second swim. Because at that point, you're basically bonking. I mean, it's really hard not to. And usually the last thing you want to do is get back in that cold, dark lake.
Wetsuit's still wet.
Is it?
Oh yeah, oh, soaked.
That's where you really figure out whether you want to do it or not. It's your willingness.
Motors up to 10 horsepower are permitted. No swimming. It's a good thing that I won't really be swimming, I'll just be surviving.
That's when people have had the most difficult experiences in the picnic, but also the most rewarding. You do it, you know, you get back across, you have to.
I'm really cold.
As Mike battles the cold water, Jason arrives at the far bank and begins to change into bike gear.
All right, out of the wetsuit.
Do you want us to stay with you?
Honestly, it'd be pretty helpful to stay. Hypothermia setting in.
The camera crew stay with Mike as he begins to have trouble.
Can you call him and tell him to get that car hot?
The early stages of hypothermia include severe shivering, slowed breathing, and lack of coordination.
This pushed me today. Big time. Oh yeah.
This is a potentially dangerous moment for Mike, and it's important that he warms up quickly.
You good, big guy? Want a towel?
Yeah. I was so cold, man.
A little sugar?
Cheers.
How you feeling, Mike?
Coming back to life. From the moment I stepped in the water on the other side of the lake, it was just noticeably colder than it was this morning. And getting out of the water, I was just shaking violently. I beelined it for the camera crew's car and blasted the heat. So technically, it wasn't an unsupported mission. Shucks.
Let's get right before it's like pitch black.
I'm ready.
Here we go, leg number 6 of the Jackson Hole picnic.
I'm cold to the bone right now.
All right,
let's hit it.
let's get it.
The bike ride from Jenny Lake back to town is on this very slight decline. The mountain that you just climbed right up there next to you while you're like riding along, and there's like something so satisfying about that.
When's the next time you're gonna do a 3-mile open water swim?
Not for a while.
Taking a little time off from the open water swim game?
You know, that's the thing about the picnic is I would believe that humans are meant to do this. I think, you know, we are still in our core persistence hunters, right? Who can just like walk and ride and climb a long, long time. And I think that's why people have really latched onto the picnic as this cool thing, because it's something that they never thought that they can do, but they actually can.
That was it. A bike, a swim, a Teton, another swim, another bike. The Jackson Hole Grand Teton picnic is officially complete.
In the books, dude. Nice work.
I was not quick to get out of bed this morning. Pretty worked from yesterday, from the swim, from the altitude, everything. So it was nice. We got a good breakfast and heading home.
Should we crush these coffees and get going?
I think we should hit the road, yeah. Let's do it.
These weekend style adventures for me are always a total whirlwind, but then there's other points where like time really slows down because I don't know, you're in an incredible place and you're doing something you love. So it's kind of an interesting balance.
64 hours is a long time.
It is.
It's a long time.
We've arrived. Time to get back to the grind. Let's go. Another Beat Monday in the books.